Okay. Hello, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Amy Godick. I'm signed in as Tori so that I could record this today, but I am Amy. I am in the Lawver Success Line, and I was really excited. Danielle and Nikki were kind of in charge of heading up this Canva training, and because they are in Maui, they asked me if I would help with week one. And for those of you who don't know, Canva is kind of my jam. I use it because if you don't know anything about me, the first thing you'll learn is I love efficiency. I am totally one of those people that will like put things on my to-do list that I already did so that I can cross it off. Like I really, really love that. It's like a dopamine hit for me to just cross things off. So when I got introduced to Canva, I learned that my life could be way more efficient than it was in terms of all things. I mean, I design my Christmas cards on Canva. I do like all the personal things, kids' birthday invitations, all the things, but very much so in my Arbonne business. And so when I go through some of these things today, I want you to keep in mind like I am not a design person. I am not creative. I am efficient. And so I've learned how to use other people's creativity to use Canva to turn out the things that I need to use in my business on a day-to-day basis. So that's a little bit about my background. Today we are starting with like the basics. I'm gonna try to just kind of like go over the interface, and I am going to create something along with you as I explain all that Canva has and kind of how to use it. At the end, I'm going to share with you all the different ways you can share something that you've made on Canva, from making it into a website, putting it on your social media, things like that. But then Danielle and Nikki are going to take it over for the next 2 weeks, and they're going to do a deep dive into some more branding and probably more with social media. But today we're just going to kind of go over the basics. So if you have somebody in your success line who tells you they don't know how to use Canva, or they don't know where to start, or any of that, please keep this recording because it's going to give them that very basic overview that will hopefully help them feel a little more at ease and see that anybody can use it. So really quickly, I want to talk before I share my screen about the difference between Canva free and the paid version of Canva. So when you see me working today, I have Canva Pro, but I use the Canva free version for a very long time. And also people in the education field can actually get Canva Pro for free. So there's lots of ways that you can upgrade to Canva Pro. But if you are somebody who is like, I just do not want to pay one more subscription, please know that you still can use Canva and there's still a lot of really great features. So we're going to go over Canva Pro versus Canva Free. We're going to go over my quick Canva hack, which is using templates. And I want to show you guys how I search for one, how I use it for basically everything. Um, just like I said, basic functionality, and then the end, all the ways to save, print, share your design, which was really surprising to me. I didn't know that I could make a template. I didn't know that I could share it as a website. So we'll just kind of go over those little ways that are in the download section of Canva. So starting off with Canva Pro versus Canva free version. So Canva free, you have access to templates, you have access to stock photos and graphics, you have access to some fonts. So you can do everything I'm showing you how to do on Canva free. I started to run into the problem where I'm picky sometimes about things, and instead of like trying to find a free font that would work, I was like, I'm just paying for Canva because I need this font and I need it to be available right now. So that's why I ended up upgrading to Pro. There in Pro, you'll get unlimited templates. You get 100 million stock photos and graphics. So basically, there's always something that you like. You can find anything you need. You can quickly resize items, which comes in handy. So if you make a card in a 5x7 and the printer tells you like I can only make 4x6s today, you can really quick like push one button and change your whole design to a 4x6 and then send it off to the printer. You can take backgrounds out of photos. Canva Pro, that was worth it for me just for that one thing because it's so great to even some of like Arbonne stock photos. If I'm just like, oh, I don't want the background, I just want to put that like graphic on my item, taking out backgrounds is really helpful. You get more storage, more AI tools if you're into AI, and you can plan and schedule your social content right from Canva. So if you are somebody who likes to plan out what you're going to post and you're going to make some of that content in Canva, having Pro is really helpful. So totally depends on how you're going to use it, whether or not you need to pay for it, but there's some pros and cons of both of them. So let's jump right in. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Okay. Hopefully you can see my Canva screen. If you cannot, give me a wave. Okay, so when you log into Canva, this is what you'll see. This is your main dashboard. And honestly, for anything that I'm making, you guys, I go directly to the search bar. That is where I go every single time I'm going to make something because, like I said, I'm not super creative and I don't want to take time to recreate the wheel. So I always just look for something similar to what's in my brain. So you can go over here to custom size. You can create custom size and you can make anything. You would just change it. Typically, we work in inches. So you would just change your screen to inches, and you could put in like 8.5. You see 8.5 by 11 I use frequently because that's a normal paper size. You could do 5 by 7, whatever. So you can start from scratch on anything. You can also upload like PDFs or start from, they're starting to work on editing PDFs, which is exciting, but it's still in the beta phase. So I don't recommend that as your only PDF editor yet, but it's there. So let's just say we aren't going to start with custom size. Let's together make an invitation. So maybe like a healthy happy hour or something. We want to invite people to the the Reset and Restore 2024. Okay. So we're going to just go here. We're going to type in invitation. Every time that you search in Canva, you can choose to look for a template that's already created, or you can choose to search in your projects that you've created. Okay. So just make sure you have it toggled on what templates if you're looking for a template. So I tend to put like invitation, simple, modern, something like that. Like you can get really descriptive and find, oh, and I'm going to put an event because otherwise you're going to get a lot of weddings. So again, you kind of like learn how to search for the templates you're looking for. So I'm going to find a template that I actually want one with a photo so I can show you guys. So again, I'm just changing what I'm searching for. I'm going to find a template that I love that has a photo in it. Scroll really quickly. I did this earlier to like practice this so you guys weren't gonna have to see me search, and a bunch of really cute ones came up and it was easy to just click and go. But of course, now that I'm on here, um, okay, well, I'm just gonna click one, so it's not gonna be the most pretty thing in the world, but we're just gonna find one that has a photo in it. So let's start with this one up here was fine. So let's start with this. Okay, so all you do is you click on it, and if you have Pro, any template is going to be available to you. Okay, if you don't have Pro, you'll see this little, like, I don't know if you can see this on my screen, but there's this little tiny crown. It'll tell you if it's premium, and then you'd have to pay for the premium subscription to use it. But there are plenty available in the free version. Okay, so here we are. We can just very simply like go in here. You're invited to, let's say, our healthy happy hour. You can literally just change what they've already typed in here. I can make this like a little bit wider. I can move it. So this is why I start with templates, you guys, because then I don't have to be creative. Like usually the templates have fonts that already look great together. I like to play with fonts, but if you're somebody who doesn't like to play with fonts, you don't need to worry about it. So let's say, so if you go over here on the left-hand side, we've got our template, we're starting to work with it. And say, I don't want it to be square. I want to send it on my phone. I can go up here to resize. I could go to social media and I want it to be a real size. So I just click OK, redesign, resize this design, and now you'll see that my design is in real size. It's the size of a reel on Instagram. So it's that easy when you have the Pro to switch the size. And this is why I say that I tend to use that a lot, because I'll decide halfway through that I want it to be a totally different size, and it'll just switch everything for me so that it is like all the sizes change so everything stays proportionate, if that makes sense. So here we are in our design. On the left-hand side, you're going to see other design ideas. So here are more invitations there. If you were like, I'm not feeling this one anymore, and you want to change to something else, you can go ahead and click something else. In the elements section, that's where you're going to find all of the shapes or graphics that you want to add, or you can even create your own using the AI. So I want to show you guys this real quick because it's actually kind of cool. If you want to add a picture here that's like a different shape, all you need to do is search frames. So, and you don't have to do this. You could just put a picture right on top, but I'm gonna want mine to be a circle. So let's add a circle frame. So under elements, you're gonna choose frames, or just type in circle frame. Anytime you type in a frame, they're gonna give you this thing that looks like a cloud. If it looks like this, you know that it's a frame. So I'm gonna go back to elements and I'm gonna create my own image. And you can type in anything. So like woman with protein shake. AI will design that for you. If you don't like the AI one, there are stock photos here. And like I said, I have used stock photos for 90% of my Canva history, but I did want to show you that like AI does have some cool things now. So you can just pull in like this girl drinking a protein shake, and then we can click on the background. I'm going to go to my uploads. These are some things I've uploaded recently. You could put like the Arbonne picture in the background. That looks a little bit too busy for me, so I'm actually gonna go back. And you can just play with it. So on the left-hand side, you have the elements, you have the text feature. So if I wanted to click on the words and make them a different font, anything with the little crown next to it is a premium font. A lot of these are ones that I've downloaded myself, but anything that doesn't have a crown is free to use. So you can just highlight your font. You can change it to whatever. You see I've made like a Star Wars. I have Star Wars fonts, all kinds of fun things you can save into your account. This is a more like boho font. And that's, so we did elements. Elements are your graphics, your shapes, your frames, text. You can change your text. Once you click on it, you'll see all these editing options above. Then you can go to uploads. These are where the things that you upload yourself. So you can see earlier today, I played with the AI images with the shake. And so these ones are in my uploads. Same with this like nutrition photo from Arbonne. I used that earlier for something, so it's in my uploads. So these are just things that you upload to Canva on your own, and you just click upload files, and then you can pick a picture from your own files that you want to upload. So I tend to go into the Arbonne app and save a ton of pictures that I love to my phone. And then you can actually use the Canva app from your phone, and I just upload them all into my downloads so that they're like here for me when I need them. So sometimes I do that when I'm just like scrolling through the Arbonne app, save them into my uploaded files. Let's see what else. I've never used Draw. I think it probably is pretty self-explanatory. I've never used it. Projects allows you to go back and look at other projects. So this is the one I was playing with earlier when I added, so the template came with this opening, and I put in my AI image of the woman with the shake, and then I plopped in this Arbonne image into the circle frame, which I kind of showed you guys how to do. So these are past projects, and it asked me, do you want to replace the one you're working on, or do you want to add it as a new page? And I just picked to add it as a new page, so you can kind of see them both there. Apps. I very rarely use it. There's lots of really cool apps, but again, if you're staying basic and you're just using this for like social media, um, you can add audio, you can edit videos on Canva, which I've done plenty of times before. Um, you can bulk create, so you can ask Canva's AI to come up with 100 social media posts about X, Y, and Z, and it'll do it. There's lots of amazing things in Canva, but I don't want to get into all of that. The photos section is where you can search for stock photos. So like, again, I could search for protein shake right here. This is where I've always done it. And it'll give you all these like super cute options. So you could just add a shake. You could add this girl making a shake. So all these are options that you can use. You'll see the little like crown by them if they're pro. I actually have a teacher's account, so mine have these little like graduation caps. But if you're using the regular pro, you'll see like if you're using the free version, you'll see a little crown and you'll know that it's a pro picture, so you can't use it. But just like really pretty, like that's not an Arbonne photo, but it looks just like some of our shakes, right? So you could put that on anything. So these are all stock photos. You don't have to use AI. You don't have to do anything special. You just go over to the photo section and you search it. And it is right there in the photo section for you. And audio, you guys probably don't need it. You can add video, like you could do presentations in Canva. Like I said, you could edit videos. So that's where the audio section comes in. You can add a cool background. So in the background section, again, it's just like a click and drag. Canva's cool because it's just like Google. If you don't like it, you just go up to the undo button and you just undo it. So it's nice because it like saves automatically for you, but it also can undo anything that you anything that you don't want or you changed it and you don't like it. I have like redesigned a whole thing and I'm like, I hate it. And I just go back, undo, 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 undo. So the undo button is super helpful. It's up here in the corner. It looks just like it does on Google. So I think we've covered a lot of the basics. Now let's go to how you would change, how you would save something. Well, yeah, let's go to how you would save something. I'm going to show you quickly. One of the things I love about Canva is if you're editing text, I did this earlier, so I would remember to show you. If you're editing text, you can highlight the text you want to edit, and they have this like capitalize or uncapitalize button. I love that because if you're designing invitations or social media, like sometimes you want things to stand out, so you can use this capitalize or uncapitalize, and that's really nice because you don't have to go through and like hold down shift and type everything out as a capital. You can add effects. I sometimes like to add like the shadow, so I'll add like a white shadow so that things pop out. You can't really see it on this background, but you can add shadows to your text. So all that's in effects. You can curve your text, that's in effects. All kinds of cool things in the effects section. So you can play with that. If you are making a presentation or you want this to be like a video on your social media, you can make things move by going to animate. And then it just kind of like a PowerPoint presentation can kind of like zoom in, zoom out. So that's some of the things that they have up here. If you are somebody you want to see, I'm going to real quick show you how to remove the background. It is really helpful. So say you want this person um in your invitation, but you don't want that very aesthetically pleasing background in your picture, you'd click on the image, you'd go up to edit photo, all these options to edit the photo. Again, this could be I could do a whole Canva training on all of these tools in how to edit your photos, but we're just going to keep it really basic today. But the one a lot of people use is this one in the top left corner where you see the little check marks behind here. It's background remover. If you push it and let it do its thing, you guys can see it here working. It's going to pop out the background of that picture for you. So now this person can just be moved to the corner of my, what am I moving here? Here we go. Oh, we've just got some slow things happening here. Normally it does not create two of them. But then you can move to like the corner, right? We see a lot of images where people just have people like sitting in the corner of the photo, right? So that's how people do it, background image. So you click on the image, you click edit photo, and then background remover. Super easy, but people get a little bit caught up in how hard it is to edit things. But I learn best, and this is why I chose this way to kind of teach you, was to sit on here and create something, because I learn best by just playing with it. Canva is super user friendly. So I highly recommend, just think of a few things you might do in Arbonne. I was actually going to show you guys how I create on Project Broadcast. I send a birthday message to everyone for their birthday, and I put a little Starbucks gift card on the image so people can drive through Starbucks and get a drink. That's something that I create on Canva. And all I do is take a snapshot of the gift card that I put in my Starbucks account. I send it to my email, put it in my Starbucks account, and put the barcode in my uploads right here. And I just like put in there, grab a Starbucks on me. And it's as simple as the adding the barcode with the numbers underneath for people to scan. So we can get really like, I can show you all kinds of things that I make with it on a day-to-day basis, but it honestly becomes as easy to use as like a Word doc. Once you're used to the tools, it does become very easy to use. And so I wanted to start today with showing you templates, because you don't even have to create it yourself. You just go into your Canva, search a template that might be similar to what you're thinking in your head, whether it's an invitation or it's an infographic. Maybe you want to tell somebody about, we were just talking how we needed a document about the daily essentials. And so maybe you want a document that has step 1, fizz, step 2, protein, step 3, like whatever it is, you could create a very simple infographic. So I won't go into much more, but I do want to share with you, once you're done, you go up to this button right here, the share button on the right-hand side in the corner. Here are all of your options, you guys, and there are so many. So when you do it, you're like, oh, there's a couple options. But if you click more, there are so many ways to share what you make on Canva, and it comes in handy a lot. So you can make a template link, which is one of my very favorite things. So say I created this thing that now has people covering words and was supposed to be so cute and nice. But say I created this and I want my whole team to be able to use it, and they're just going to type in their own date and time and address, and I want it all made for them. All I do is I go up here to share, and I click the more, and I click template link. And what that does is it gives me a link copied to clipboard. I could just pop this in a Voxer message. My team can click on it and they can go in and change it on their own. It doesn't change it on my end. It only changes it for them. They can save it and share it. So template link is huge if you're going to be making things that you want other people to be able to use. You can make a public view link. So instead of saving it as a PDF or making it into an image, you can just share the link, and anybody, even if they don't have Canva, can click the link and see the image that you created on Canva. You can make it a website. We have used this to create some really cool things in Arbonne for our team into a website. You can, and then obviously you can download. So you go to the save section, you can download just this page we're looking at. You could download both the pages we made tonight. So if I could download page 1, and I could decide, right now it's choosing to save it as a video because I added animation, but you could choose just a PDF or a regular image, right? And you can save it. So it's really easy. And again, there's lots of things I save as a PDF and an image, right? If I want to send it on my phone, I'd save it as a PDF or an image. If I wanted to email it to people, I might save it as a PDF. So you can do all of that with the one thing you created. just by going to the share section and always click more, and you can just scroll through and see all the different ways that you can save, you can email, you can connect it to your MailChimp, your Instagram, your TikTok, like you can connect it to any of those things you might use. You could create a course on Canva and you can connect it to course websites. I mean, the possibilities are truly endless. And like I said, if you have the pro version, you can schedule your social media as well. So those are some of the things you can do once you're done. And again, if you're just looking at the home version, you're going to go in, you're going to type in what you want. So like I told you, I made that birthday photo that goes out with my birthday text. I would just go to like happy birthday templates, right? Find one that you like. This one's cute. It says happy birthday to you. Okay. And then you just add a little text. This is Amy. Just want to just say happy birthday. And it goes out. Hope you have the best day. I just added text, right, to this, and I can just save it. Save it, done. Like it literally took me 10 seconds to do this. So I wanted to share just a little bit about the basics, a little bit of the functionality, how to save and share things. You can share this with other people to work on. So like if, say, for example, Nikki and I are working on something together, I can give Nikki access by clicking this little plus button up here. And then I could type in, like you'll see Carrie Kane's email is in here already. So I could share this with Carrie, send her a message like, hey, I started this birthday image, add whatever you want, click send, and she can actually log into this actual image and edit it with me. So you can not only collaborate and work together, but then you could share the end result with anybody you want. So I think,
Hey, Amy,
yeah,
show them really fast. I know when I first started using Canva, probably the biggest thing that I used it for, we all scroll through social media and we see a slide that we like, or your invitation that you just had. Maybe you had that on your social media and I love it. And so I screenshot it, but it has your words on it, come sip and save or whatever in your address. And so I can go and create just a box from those
yeah.
elements. And then you can change it to the background color. So you don't even know that you've put a box over the words. And then you
Yep.
can say whatever you want.
Let's
That's,
pick one so I can show them what
yeah,
you're talking about. That's a
I do
great
that
idea.
all the time. Especially like if I see a Canada flyer and it has Canada prices on it for Arbonne and I want to put US prices.
Hmm. Yep, that's great. Thank you, Tara. That's helpful. So if you look here, this background actually is not white. I'm going to pick a darker color so you can see it. Let's just pick this crazy pink or gray. Okay, so you can go to elements. Tara's talking about just creating a box. So right now this is orange. You're going to think I'm kind of crazy. Create a box. And then the color of the box, you can edit it right here. And you can actually just click the color and you can click a little dropper and it'll match the color to whatever the background is. So even if you didn't create the image, you can still match a shape to the background color so that you can then just type right over it. The other thing that's helpful to know if you're just starting on Canva is position. So right now my box is underneath these words and that's not helpful if I want to cover the words up. So I just need to move it forward. That's going to put the box over the words. And then I can just go to my text feature and type in wherever I want this to take place. Does that make sense? So Tara, that's a really good point, is if you want to use other people's images and they haven't, again, with permission, whatever, and they haven't shared them, that's another way that you can use other things. Or even from Arbonne, sometimes I love the image but I don't love what they wrote on it, or I want to use it for something else. I pop the image into my Canva and then use the box to cover up the text I don't want, change the color of the box to the background color, and then you can just add your own text. So that's super helpful. I want to keep this short and sweet, so I'm actually going to open it up right now. If any of you guys that are on live have questions, go ahead, and I can't really see the chat. Let me see if I can open it. You can type them in the chat, or you can just unmute. There's not that many of us on tonight. So if you just want to unmute and ask questions, or if there's anything you want to see real quick before we hop off, I'm happy to share it. I'm just going to give you guys a minute. And if not, then we can keep the recording and hop off. Do I do more on phone or computer? You know what? I tend to do it on the computer. There are some things that are easier on my phone. Like if I screenshot an image from Arbonne app and I want to put it into Canva, like that's really easy to just open up the app and add it into my downloads on Canva, or it lets you pick images from your photo roll. So for things like that, I tend to use it on my phone. But for me, it is just so much easier for me to use a mouse and move things, but that's just a personal preference. The functionality is the same whether you use the app or the computer. The computer is my personal preference. When you share an image link to your clients, do they see the image or do they see the working page? They just see the image. If you share a link, if you share like where it says, if I'm going down here and I want my clients to be able to see this, and I just go to, sorry guys, I'm using my laptop mouse, which always pulls up the menu. I would go to, you don't want to click template link. If you share the template link, that will open up so people can work on it, like you're sharing the back end. But if you just want to share it as a like image, you would just click public view link. So just remember, if you just want someone to view it, you click the public view link and that will just show them the image. They won't see any of the like background Canva stuff. But template link would be what you would share if you want somebody to be able to use this image and work in it. Any other questions? I tried, you guys, to type up like step by step all these different things and stay on track, but it's just easier to play with it. And so I thought it would be easiest to just go in and create something and kind of show you guys how I do it. So I am happy to answer any questions. You guys can find me on social media, or we can discuss through Voxer or whatever. Just let me know if you have questions. I love to help people with Canva. It's become something that's very simple for me. So chances are I've run into what you're trying to do and I'm happy to help. So let us know if you have any questions. And I'm gonna go ahead and stop my share. But hopefully this was a good introduction. And the cool thing is we have 2 more weeks. Nikki and Danielle are going to take it over for week 2 and 3, and they're going to dive deeper. I don't know which areas they're picking to dive deeper in, but it was my job just to kind of do a general overview, so that you know that there are very quick and easy ways to make what you're thinking of come to life in an image on Canva, and even for free. So thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. I'm going to go ahead and log off. We'll have this recording if you want to see any of this over again. And like I said, please reach out if you have any questions. Have a great night, you guys.